Bloods, and welcome to another edition of News Glide. I am Odera Collins. You can call me the media maven, and this week we are sailing around the continent of Africa as we make a stop in various parts because, trust me, Africans are secure in the bag and you need to catch up. First up is Ethiopia, where the country's tech hub is working to build its own social media platform. Wait for it. This is in hopes to rival other platforms like Facebook and Instagram in the country currently. Now, before you pull out your defense horses and you're ready to attack, this is not a plan to ban other social media platforms. This is basically a plan to control. The movement is backed by the country's Security Agency Director General, Shumete Gezal, blaming the Facebook community for not supporting national peace and unity when some accounts were taken down back in the month of June. Does this remind you of a certain minister in Nigeria? Moving on now, one of the interesting parts of this is that they stated that they would be asking for outside quote-unquote financial help throughout the course of this process. Well, we say big ups to them while we wait for the announcement of the finished version. We take it down to the cradle of civilization, where Max AB, a food and grocery e-commerce platform, just secured $55 million in a Series A funding. At this point, I think I want to have a tech startup because I don't know where y'all get this funding from. Help a sister out. Now, this is the largest funding ever to be secured by an Egyptian startup. Kudos, Max. Kudos, Max AB. Kudosa, Max Zepa. Now, aside from this funding, they just recently acquired Waste to Cap. Now, that is a Moroccan-based e-commerce and distribution company that connects retailers across the continent. Now, the company plans to solidify its roots in North Africa before spreading out to other parts of the continent. And we're headed down to South Africa, where American multinational investment bank JP Morgan has brought out a sum of $20 million to support Black-owned businesses in South Africa. This funding is in partnership with the country's Department of Trade and Industry, and it plans to provide low-interest capital for Black founders, and the aim is to tackle inequality in the capital raising for people of color in the country's ecosystem. Well, if you recall, South Africa has had a long history of discrimination, even with the apartheid. But fingers crossed, we wish you the best, and we hope to see a lot of Black businesses spring up from this. Well, we head back to West Africa, Nigeria precisely, where a ride-hailing app, Plenty Waka, has raised a sum of $1.2 million in a seed funding. The funding was led by venture capitals in Canada, USA, and Africa. And they also acquired Starbus, a Ghanaian mobility startup, to expand their operations in Ghana. Now, in more tech news, Opay, a mobility app in Nigeria, just reached unicorn status as it is now valued at $2 billion. Now, this was coming after a $400 million funding was secured. So if you're wondering what a unicorn is, it is a company that is valued over $1 billion. Now, Opay has joined the likes of Jumia, Flutterwave, and Fori on the unicorn list. The funding will aid in perfecting the e-commerce and fintech aspect of the company that is focused on making cash transfers easy and accessible to underbanked and unbanked areas in Nigeria. I know some of you are surprised. You do not know that some parts of Nigeria do not have access to proper banking systems. Here we are. Now, in more entertainment news, just like our music is throttling the globe and making waves, so is our film industry. Well, the African Channel, a Los Angeles-based streaming service, just sealed a distribution deal with Rock Studios. Now, the deal was sealed through Thema TV, a multicultural content distribution company, and it will provide the foreign audience with varieties of African culture through entertainment. Now, this isn't the only move that Rock Studios has pulled in recent time. If you recall, some time back, they were acquired by a French company, Canal Plus, to help spread their reach to Francophone countries. And Njoku will still remain in her position of Director General. On that note, we come to the end of this week's edition of News Glide. What do you think about the stories we reviewed? We would like to hear from you in the comment section, so please drop your feedback. I am Odera Collins, the media maven. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Blueprintafric TV, and you can follow me at Odera Collins. Until next week, bye babies.